So just the other week, I hosted a mastermind event in Dublin, Ireland, my home country. And from that event, there was one key takeaway that amongst all the lessons that were shared by the guest speakers that we had at the event, the students of mine that were making between 10,000 to some making 40,000 per month, the lessons they shared together on that day, there was really one key lesson that stood out. And this lesson I'm going to share with you today in this video. So two of my friends, Jordan and James, were guest speakers at this event. Both of them run multi-six-figure and seven-figure marketing agencies / consulting businesses, right? Then we had three of our students, Alvi, Dave, and Amanda, all making between 10,000 to 40,000 per month. And they spoke and gave insights on what was working for them and really the unique strategies they've been using to make what is categorically really fucking good money. And all of us together on that day pretty much all agreed that the most important thing that you need to know if you want to either start a social media marketing agency, you already have one and you want to grow it, or you want to start any real online business. This doesn't just apply to social media, right? If you want to do coaching, if you want to start SaaS or something completely different, what I'm going to tell you here is going to apply for you. And it's the thing that actually differentiates the people that work with me and get results and those that struggle and sometimes don't see results. All the people that were in that room were hungry, right? These people were in my program and then they paid to come to the event. Some of them traveled. You know, we had Alvi who flew in from the UK. We had Harry who also flew in from the UK. We had Amanda who flew in from the US, right? This was very much an event that showed me the true power of really just getting like-minded people in the same room and what people were willing to do to make it to the event, right? These people were incurring a financial cost, but also a time cost, giving up a Saturday to spend it with me in Dublin. That's pretty fucking cool. So I'm not going to leave you on a cliffhanger. I'm going to get right into it. The lesson I want to share with you is understanding your why. Why the hell are you even thinking about starting a business? Why do you want to make 5,000 or 10,000 per month? Like truly, why do you want to do that? And I know you might be rolling your eyes thinking Adam's going to go off on some motivational rant here about knowing your why is going to be the key thing that's going to differentiate you from the person that gets results and doesn't get results. And that is exactly the fucking case, because it's the truth. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. From all the people we've worked with and the people that we had at the event, keep in mind, we had people at the event that have been in my program 2 years, 3 years. I've seen them go from absolute zero and I've spoke to them pretty much every week since that point. And now they're making six and multi-six figures per year. So I've seen very clearly what they've done, what they've not done, and really what has driven them throughout that process. Because building any online business, right? I don't care what the type of business is. It's not going to always be easy, right? If it was always easy, nobody would actually even think that it's a thing that should be achieved, right? Any goal worth having takes effort. You know, there's hard work involved. That's just a fact. And so knowing that, those people pushed through when things were not amazing, right? They pushed through when things were hard and when it would have been easier to just give up. So what they did was they latched on to their why. And there's a few things I want you to do, okay? I want you to, number one, sit down in silence and just take pen to paper and write down exactly why do you want to do this, okay? And let your mind go free. No expectation of yourself. If you write down one thing, you want to do this because you want more freedom, fair enough. But if you sit there and these other thoughts start to come up and you start thinking, oh, well, actually, I want to do this because I want people to be proud of me. I want people to see what I've achieved and think, wow, that's inspirational. Or maybe you just really hate the environment you're in right now. Whether it's where you live, the country you're in, the people you're surrounded by, doesn't matter. That's up to you. It's your personal take. But write it down. Get clear on it and don't shy away from it. Now, the second part of this lesson is understanding your why, not my why, right? Not Amanda's why or Alvi's why or anybody else of why they're doing this thing. You need to know your why. And I've fallen into this trap, and maybe you have too. You've seen other people online, people that are in a position that you look up to, a position that you would categorically see as a place you would want to be. Maybe that's monetarily, maybe it's a location, maybe it's the network they have and such. But you need to understand that that is there, reasoning, okay? What got them to their goal was their own unique why. And you building a business just to make a lot of money to, say, hey, I've made a lot of money, I don't think you should go and do that. I think what you should do is get really clear on the why, what drives you, and then really understand what kind of level do you need to get to achieve that why, right? Because you could just get into online business because you want more freedom. And this is me. This is what happened to me. I got in because I wanted more freedom, right? I wanted to make $5,000 per month so I could travel, work online, and I was pretty happy with that. Then once I got to 5,000 per month, I started to think about 10,000 per month. I started to see people online talk about 10,000 per month, and I started to think, yes, that would be cool. That would be also awesome if I could make that amount of money. It's kind of impressive, right? And then I got to 10,000 per month, and I started to think, oh, well, I have to now make 20,000 per month, right? I can't just stay at 10. And I got into this cycle of always wanting more. But I didn't really clearly know why I wanted more. I started to find reasons. I wanted to buy a nice property. I wanted to buy it outright. And I wanted to have that as kind of like this safety net, right? That if ever there was a time where my online business didn't go so well, or I wanted to just stop running it, that I'd kind of have that thing, that asset that should hold its value, maybe even goes up in value. And at the end of the day, it's somewhere I could even live, right? I could live in it. Fantastic. And guess what? Then when I achieved that and I bought my first property, then I started to think, okay, well, what's next, right? What now is going to drive me? And so what I had to do was constantly give myself a reason as to why I want to do this thing. I saw this phenomenal video from a guy recently, an older gentleman somewhere in Scandinavia, and he made a video talking about the fact that you thinking that everything is going to be amazing when you achieve a certain result is just, it's a form of procrastination almost. It's a form of running from the truth. And I know you might be watching this thinking, yeah, Adam, that's easy for you to say, right? You've gotten to these marks that I want to get to. And let's say that's 10,000 per month. That probably would change your life. And I'm not going to say that won't. I genuinely believe that will change your life. You make 10,000 a month, as long as you're not living in the most crazy expensive country, you can pretty much do whatever you want within reason and buy whatever you want within reason. But you have to enjoy that journey, because if 10,000 a month was just a thing where you got to that level and then you would kind of slack off and, kind of just not focus on anything else, as in you've achieved your goal, you're done, you're set, you're kind of retired, and you'll just continue at that level, then you might actually experience a lot of unhappiness. And that's going to bring about a very weird feeling, because you've achieved the thing that you've talked so much about, and now you've achieved it, and you're like, wow, I don't even know I'm not happy. And it's the fact that we need to have something to progress towards. We need to have something to look at as our North Star, a place where we want to go, a direction of where we want to go. But we have to enjoy that journey. If I just focus on the North Star and that's all I do, it's kind of like, you've probably seen a cartoon when you were younger, right? Of, let's say, an animal, and they've got this little stick tied to their head, and then there's a carrot dangling right in front of them. So what you're doing there is it's procrastination. You're just constantly running and running and running to get this carrot that you'll probably never get. Or the carrot just becomes bigger. But if you can actually enjoy this process of who you become, your character you develop, the type of personality traits that will come out of you as you start to work hard on your goals, you get more disciplined, and you start focusing and prioritizing the things that really matter to you, not just subduing to what everybody else wants you to do. That's the beauty of this game. And that's why I loved the event we hosted, because we had a room full of people that were achieving great things and people that wanted to achieve great things. And they all shared that same thing. They all shared knowing the importance after the event of their why. Why are they doing it, and how that is unique to them, and it shouldn't be my why. And just because I wanted to buy a property, they shouldn't need to think that that's the thing that they need to do. Or just because I have this little shiny ClickFunnels award on the board doesn't mean they should also want that as well. So I needed to share this with you, because our mastermind event was amazing, and I genuinely mean it was amazing. I had such a good time. It was really fulfilling, and it really showed me the impact of what we do, because we do everything online with Zoom and Telegram, and all of our coaching is virtual. And to see everybody come together in person was just, put a smile on my face. Now, I'm hoping this made sense. If you have, some thoughts on this and you think I'm wrong, let me know. I'm open to being humbled. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.